Welcome back. If you're a fan of strange, and unusual, you can find all sorts of things dating back centuries at Monroe Moosnick Medical and Science Museum.
That's right. You can get a glimpse of the past right here in Lexington at Transylvania University. It's on Field Reporter. Toby Brown gives us a first-hand look.
What goes on here at this museum? What is it about? What about this collection? It's a loaded question.
It is.
It's a loaded question.
Well, we had a medical school for 60 years, starting in 1799, and this is some of the amazing things that survived from that. Our medical school burned during the Civil War, and people ran into the fire and rescued a lot of these artifacts. Scholars come and study artifacts that we have.
I can't wait to take a look at a couple of these things. What is the oldest piece that you have here? Is there such a thing? Like, was there?
There is, and it's horrific. We have a box of 3 penises that are from 1802. That's the oldest thing I know of in this room right now. And they're inflated with wax, so yeah, isn't that horrific? Today is more historically educational, artistically educational. I get a lot of visual artists who come in here to see, just to be inspired. And of course it's kind of creepy, so around Halloween we get a lot of visitors who want to come see it for that reason. These are from 1839. They were purchased in Paris. This is what we all looked like when we were developing. Only we would be curled up in a little ball in the fetal position.
And they've straightened them out.
And they've mounted them standing up like you and I stand today. So that's why they look so weird. This is one of our most unique and amazing artifacts that we have. This was called a medical Venus, and it's a wax model of a cadaver that can be taken apart and dissected and then put back together again, so that our students used to have to rob graves to learn anatomy, and this was an attempt to minimize that practice. She's been through a fire. She's missing her arms and legs and a lot of her muscles and skin and so on. She looks horrifying, but we all would look horrifying too if we didn't have skin on our face.
What is this guy? I mean, he's had a bad day. Tell me about this guy.
Well, it depends, because he was dead and he was not brought back to life, but he was put on display and made to look nicer than most people do when they're dead.
What are the things?
So this is a real human skull, or part of a real human skull. It's been sawn so that you can see the sinuses and so on. And then it has artificial nerves on the right side. This is a hairball from 1848. It's not from a cat, it's not from a human. This is from the stomach of a cow. Cows have 4 stomachs, and this one completely filled one stomach with hair. Originally, for thousands of years, they used hairballs to treat poisoning. I don't know who found it, but I know it was from a cow slaughtered in Maysville, and it was given to us by George Rogers Clark Todd, who was Mary Todd's younger brother. So the brother-in-law of Abraham Lincoln gave Transy this hairball. This is an electrical machine. This was purchased in 1821, and Mary Shelley published Frankenstein in 1818. So this was a type of machine she would have seen to demonstrate electricity, and where she would get the idea about reanimating humans, reanimating cadavers with it. And there were doctors doing that sort of thing. You could get a cadaver, cut the arm open and zap the nerves, and it would actually make it flex and so on.
Haunted houses, they wish they were as cool as this museum. So if you want something strange, unusual, you gotta come to the Moosnick Medical Museum.
All right, the museum is open by appointment. Visit transy.edu for more information.
It looks like a really cool place.
It really does. No, did you see that hairball? That looked like the moon.
I hope people aren't home eating lunch. Nothing says lunch like hairball.
Right?
All right, let's check back in with